Hello everybody and welcome back to my Houston Rockets rebuild. This is episode 6. As you can see, we are 50 games into the season with a whopping 18-32 record. Last episode we just kind of simmed through a month and a half or so, and we noticed all of those losses piling up. We dealt with a few injury bugs, but now we're going to move on and see how far into the season we can get. Clearly we are playing for a lottery position at this point. So we are going to take that into account moving forward. Just want to take a look at the insights page to see how we rank throughout the league. As you can see, offensively we are struggling, to say the least. We average the 27th most points in the league, 27th in assists, but we do rebound the ball fairly well, probably because we're rebounding our own misses at this point. Notice our field goal percentage and three-point percentage are horrendous, but to make matters even worse, we don't hit very many of our free throws either, so we are just a poor shooting team overall. Defensively, I was a bit encouraged to see that we are middle of the pack in the league, maybe because we play a slower pace, or maybe because we play against a lot of bench units towards the end of the game because we're getting blown out. But 14th was definitely a surprise for me. What I wanted to do is take a look at our lineup tracking to see who actually plays pretty well with each other. And I was surprised to say that our best lineup so far this season, though they haven't played a ton of minutes together, featured Mike James as the starting point guard, and we had Daniel House and Jayshawn Tate on the floor at the same time. Now we've recently upgraded by adding Obi Toppin and RJ Barrett to the lineup. So we're not going to start both of them on the wing. But I did go through and make some adjustments to the depth chart. Because we're out of it, we're not competing. Mike James is going to assume the starting point guard position. He's a player who I'd like to see play some legitimate minutes throughout the rest of the season. Potentially we bring him back on a multi-year deal going forward. So this is pretty much a tryout for him. And we'll have DJ Augustin coming off the bench for some spot duty. We ended up going with Daniel House in the starting lineup, as you saw that our three-point shooting is horrendous. But that is one area of the game that Daniel House does excel at. So he's going to start next to RJ Barrett and Obi Toppin, as hopefully providing some spacing for us. Which means that Eric Gordon went from starting to receiving no minutes off the bench. And while Jayshawn Tate is still out for 2 days, I do want to give him those backup two-guard minutes. So he's going to receive a good amount of minutes to play. Although we do have a bit of a logjam on the wing now with Barrett and House. I probably could free up a few extra minutes, but he is injured, so we'll just roll with that. So we're going to go with an 8-man rotation, assuming that Tate can get healthy. So let's get on with it and see how we play. And we may toy with the idea of bringing Kenyon Martin Jr. up in the very near future. So let's see if we can get... Oh, actually, what we should do is check the key dates here. Yeah, so we do actually have the trade deadline coming up in about a week, so we don't want to get by that too quickly. So February 8th is the trade deadline. There it is, nicely labeled for us. So let's go to the 6th and see how this goes. It would be great if we could receive an offer from the CPU, but we probably don't have anybody they want. 2 more losses piling up there. Lakers and Suns expected losses. A win over the Jazz. Because we're super positive here in Houston, let's take a look at that win. Okay. Good shooting percentages from both the field and from 3. Defensively, we showed up to play in this one. Christian Wood led the way with 26 and 7. Mike James with 15, 7, and 5 assists. Love to see those kind of numbers. And I know Taco was a semi-gimmick going into the season when we picked him up, but he's been playing pretty well for us, all things considered. 10 and 8. I mean, at 7.5, you'd like to see him at least block a shot a game, but he just doesn't have that timing in this engine, huh? Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's check the inbox, see if there's anything good in here. Oh, NBA Rookie of the Month, Obi. Love it. Good. Like to be able to add this kind of talent to the team. Averaging 17 a game as a rookie. That's good stuff. Look at that. Green everywhere. %48 from the floor, almost 49%. Almost 43% from three. I mean, his shooting is phenomenal in this engine. He's going to be a guy we build around for a while. Sim another day. Oof. Get beat down. A flurry of trades. Let's take a look at the transactions. And we'll just go to trades. Here we are. The Sixers acquire old friend Alec Burks for rookie Maxey and a bunch of nobodies, and Dwight Howard's all washed up at this point. A seemingly nothing trade here with the Pacers and Bulls. Whoa, the Nuggets moving off of Porter Jr., Bull, to get a first-round pick. That's a pretty valuable pick there from Cleveland for Larry Nance. Yeah, I guess Michael Porter Jr. is not what he is in real life. Bull doesn't really show much left of potential here, so. Taurean Prince and a second-round pick fetches the Cavs Derek Jones Jr. and Carmelo Anthony. Is Prince really worth even making a deal for? I guess. I don't know. Melo's still playing alright. Weird trade to me. Oh, Terry Rozier heading to the Clips for Beverly, who probably plays his role very well here, but he's getting paid. But Luke Kennard signs a big deal with the Clippers. Look at that extension. Looks about an average 16 mil a year for the next 4 years. He's got that sharpshooter tag. And before the extension even kicks in, the Clippers move him to Charlotte. Interesting. To get back Terry Rozier. Scary Terry. Decent outside shooter here. Interesting deal. The Lakers are always active, and they acquire Gary Harris, Orlando's first-round pick, and a future second for Harrell, THT, and Gasol. Interesting. Paint dominator for Harrell. He's not really playing many minutes here, clearly. Behind Drummond and AD. Gary Harris, anything? No, not really worth much. It's got to be those picks, though. I wonder where Orlando sits in the standings. And then a nothing trade here. Jalen Smith, who's actually a rookie. The Suns moving off of Jalen Smith to bring in Ish Smith and a second. Maybe just looking for additional wing depth. I want to see where that Orlando pick falls, because the Lakers are obviously dominant in this league. But to grab the first round pick from Orlando would be interesting. So let's go to league standings. Well, Orlando's actually not too bad. Still looking lottery bound, but who knows? With the Lakers' luck, they'll probably get into the top 4 anyway. So, but speaking of lottery, here we are. The good old Houston Rockets sitting at tied for 5th worst record in the NBA. I don't hate it. We're a half game back of the Charlotte Hornets for some additional ping pong balls, but that bottom 3 is locked up. Detroit, OKC, and Minnesota. So, interesting. Alright, well, let's sim another day here. What do we got? 4 trades coming through. We'll check those out quickly. Markieff Morris for Dwight Howard. Dwight just picking up and leaving New York quickly. PJ Tucker and the wrong Greek Freak for Patty Mills in a second. JJ Redick goes from Dallas to Indiana. Burks, who just came to Philly, is moving out with a couple other pieces for Eric Bledsoe. Is he still worth playing? I guess he's playing. He played pretty well for New Orleans. So, and Scal was a guy we took a look at, and I think he was a free agent when we signed Taco Fall. Clearly, he hasn't played a single moment yet this year, but he showed some intriguing ratings. But instead, we went with Taco. But that's neither here nor there. I would go and look for trades right now, but nobody wants our junk. It's just not going to happen. So let's sim the trade deadline because it is what it is. And that's that. So we also have, what do we have coming up here? All-Star Weekend. Let's get to All-Star Weekend to see how that goes. Keep on losing. 20-point loss to the Dubs. The Jazz have their way with us. Can't say I'm upset with this. We take down the Knicks. The return of RJ and Obi to the Garden. Alright, so here we are. All-Star Weekend. Wonder if we have anybody playing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down here, people. The sim is just taking over. Alright, All-Star Weekend, the Slam Dunk Contest. OG, Derrick Jones Jr., Matisse Thybulle, and Patrick Williams. Wow, is that not a star-studded cast? OG takes it home, which there's no way Derrick Jones Jr. is finishing dead last. He must not have put down a single dunk in this competition. Interesting. I wonder how they come up with the results of that. 3-point competition. Love to see my Boston boy Aaron Naismith up in there, but clearly he didn't show out whatsoever. And of all these star-studded shooters, the best was Shake Milton. Isn't that something? Again, I would love to see how they come up with these results for All-Star Weekend. Rookie-sophomore game, we should have some sort of players in this game, you would think. Let's take a look. So for the rookies, no starters. Windler. Wow, do we not have a single player? Well, it would really only be Obi Toppin, I guess, that would have had a shot, but he didn't make the team? Wow, that's very interesting. RJ Barrett, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and a winning effort for the sophomores. Look at that, Taco. 30 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 30 points, Taco. Show out. Have yourself a game. I still can't believe Obi didn't play. Is he hurt? Did he get banged up towards the end? Yep, there it is. Okay. Now it makes sense. A concussion. Clearly he would have been a stud in that game. And let's take a look. The Eastern All-Stars. Take it down. My boy, Jason Tatum. The best of the best. 26, 7, and 4 boards. 3 blocks, 4 steals. Who says there's no defense in All-Star games? Any other big performances here? Vucevic with 26. Any surprise All-Stars here? Nothing too crazy. I guess Wendell Carter Jr. being an All-Star is a bit much, but 16 and 9. Meh. Western All-Stars, who showed out? AD at 34. Luka, 23, 6, and 12. Typical starters there. Bench looks solid. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Christian Wood getting the All-Star nod. Who would have thought? And he didn't play, of course, because he has a strained knee. So we got to rest our Rockets down the stretch here. We got a lot of meaningful basketball going. But great to see Christian Wood getting recognized. I mean, he's averaging almost 20 and 10 a night with a block. So maybe there is some hope in Houston. Who would have thought? So no games here. Let's see how far we can get. I'd love to get through February. That would be phenomenal. I have to imagine we are back to full health now. Daniel House out for 2 days. You're going to make me change the depth chart for 2 days? Hope please not. Perfect. Gotta love to see that. Alright, let's see if we can get over to, how about mid-March? Invalid roster. Of course. How could I be so foolish? Oh no, Mike James. That's tough. So I'm going to store that lineup. This is going to be ugly. We are going to have to give Kevin Porter a couple point guard minutes. Alright. Well, out 4 days. Let's sim 4 days. We fall to the Celtics. We are now 20 and 39. We beat up on the Knicks again. Okay, let's restore. Swap these two. Alright, let's get on with this. Keep the losses coming, huh? See if we can go another 10 days. Whoa, take down the Clips. You know, we have surprised a bit throughout the season. We win some games that we definitely don't deserve to be winning. RJ out for 3 days. Alright. Well, instead of having you guys watch me play depth chart roulette the rest of this night, we're going to stop it here. Got through the trade deadline. Very uneventful for the Rockets because nobody wants our trash. Got through the All-Star break. And now we're just going to work our way through the rest of the season here. Continue to stack ping pong balls. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll hope to see you soon.